Howdy y'all, thank you for joining us today. It's going to be my second solo playthrough of Atlantis Rising. Kind of already shuffled up the decks and randomized a bunch of stuff. The class that I drew randomly was the Mystic. Well, actually I drew I think it's called the Astrologer. I drew the one that I played the last time, but I wanted to play something different, so I went with another random and it came up as the Mystic, which is the one I thought might be the weakest. So let's see if I was just thinking wrong with only one playthrough. This is only my second one, so bear with me. I still set it up as easy just because it is on my second playthrough. Alright, so we got the power core here. I'll try to, normally these will go down here, a little off camera. I'll try to put them over here. Just so you can kind of see it on the camera. So, since it's just the normal easy mode, that means we start with the same A's, all 5 of the A's. So we got the Secular Bulwark here. We have the Cognitive Transfer. We have the Auger Turbine. We have the Solar Matrix. The Pressure Kill. Randomly, yep, I'm about to say that I get mixed up. I just got the 2 B's. We have the Recollection Engine and the Astral Watchtower. So these are new from what I played. Let's just put this over here. We can kind of have these all on camera, whether you can read them or not. I know it's a little small. And then we have, these were actually the same, the Numinous Beacon and the Entropy Drive. I'm just going to put them. Let's put them up here. Let's put it on top of the power core for now. Don't really matter what the power core says. There we go. I like to keep my own little personal notes on what resources I need in order to make sure if I'm getting behind or not. So let me do a quick tally here. So I need 13 crystal, 12 gold, and 9 Atlantium. Got my 2 starting. Got my 5 here. Got my hologram. All right, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So right off the bat, as solo, I get a Mystic Energy. Now we got to figure out what the hologram is. So we draw the top 2, and it's going to be either the Explorer or the Champion. I do like the Champion a lot. I like the Champion a lot. I mean, the Explorer is good, and it could help me get my resources pretty early, but I think instead we're just going to go with the Champion. So we go to the placement thing now. And if this is your first time, I'll kind of try to teach as we go. So the first phase was, like I said, doing all that. And then, actually, technically the first phase is place the Atlanteans. So I have my workers here. This is my leader. And then I have 4 followers. I can pick up to 3 more other followers. And then there's the other guys. Now, you also, because I do not have enough players, I get to play with the hologram. The hologram is what I picked, and that's going to be the Champion. And that's going to change every turn. And this is what the hologram piece is. And then I have the automaton, which is a robot. It does not work like a normal worker, but I think it takes up the place of a normal worker. It doesn't say otherwise. But what he does, he just basically gives you a +2 to all their dice rolls wherever he's placed with. All right, so we go into the worker placement thing. All right, so I'm gonna place the Champion and one of my workers over here. I mean, getting more workers always seems good. Getting a crystal always seems good. That's a guaranteed 1 crystal. I think I'm placed there. Getting cards that I can use for special abilities is always good. And let's get some gold also. We'll spread it out a little bit. We'll get some gold and some ore. So now we go into the suffer misfortunes phase. And since we're playing solo, normally it'd be one dealt out to each player. Instead, we're doing solos, so we do 4 of them. Here we go. Hills, flood is what that does, so it flips over this. Controlled flood means I have to choose 2 spots to flood. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just hit the one for my champion. And my champion's ability is that it gets to try to take the action before being returned. So normally they'd be returned here, but he gets to take the action first. We're hoping to get, I roll 2 dice and I get to add the flood, which is 0, or the wrath of the gods, so it's 0. I need a 7 or higher to get another worker. Got a 7. So I do get another worker or follower. And then I have to choose, and then that's where the flood happens. And I'm not going to take a chance of missing out on it, so I'm going to go ahead and just double flood this. Might be a mistake because it get harder and harder to get those workers, but we're going to do it. The forge. So I already lost my turning ore into 3. And then a calm seas, which means nothing happens. Now we take the actions. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one first. I get to draw 2 cards from the library and keep both of them. So I draw Secret of Greed and Enigma of Alacrity. All right, let's see if we can get this gold. We need a 4 or higher. Definitely got the gold. I'm gonna go ahead and use Secret of Greed, which says I can discard a gold. So I discard a gold and I get 2 of my followers or 4 of the temporary ones. These guys are like followers also. They're Atlanteans, but once you use them, they go back over here. So I think getting these 2, that'll be an explosive second turn. Well, let's see how the rest of these go down. All right, let's see if I can get an ore there. I need a 3 or higher. That is a big fat fail. All right, here I need a 3 or higher to get a crystal. Oh my goodness. Guess I should have done this first. Oh well. We'll see if it would have made a difference. Enigma of Alacrity, 1 leader and a civilized. These are the civilized, these are the wilds. So I'm gonna choose my leader over here and basically take his turn or do his action again, which is, oh, wrong deck. Draw 2 library and I get to keep 2. Oh, this was a permanent. Let's hope it wasn't one that would have affected my dice rolls. Oh, I can play them anytime. So you can put out these blue ones. They're basically like artifacts. Well, they are artifacts, not basically. They are artifacts. They give you an ability permanently, but they also count towards your hand size, which is 4. So this, normally you can use these to add to your dice roll. If I would have done this first, that would have made where I would have made sure I got that ore. Because I could have turned one of these basically. Oh, I did roll 2 there. Yeah, I would have. It's only off by 1 to get a crystal. I definitely would have done it. 5, 4, 3, yeah. Because the +2 from an automaton. So I definitely would have done it to at least get a crystal. And I'll go ahead and do foresight. It doesn't really matter. It ain't going to have a big effect. It's only 1 player, so I get to reveal a misfortune. Misfortune cards equal to number of players. And discard any number of them, replace the rest in whichever order I choose. So I reveal, it's a hills. I don't want to hit the hills again, so I will discard it. That is all the actions. So we pick up. So we endure the wrath of the gods. We have to flood as many as whatever this number is, which is 0 right now, and then we move it up. Champion gets discarded. We go to the beginning of the next turn. I get 1 because I'm a solo player. And then we take the top 2. I pick the hologram to be either the emissary or the astrologer. I will choose the astrologer. So basically, during the placement thing, this and 2 of my workers, I get to place after I see what the misfortune is. I think I want to try to build this numinous beacon just because it gets me 2 of these guys to use every turn, which are more workers to do more stuff. Do think I'm going to guarantee to get the 2 gold, or try to guarantee that I get the 2 gold by putting the automaton here, because that should make it where I just need 3 or higher. Still need 1 more crystal. So to guarantee the crystal, I'll put my dude there. Because the mystic, basically, I can try to roll for this one first. If it fails, I can get rid of my dude to guarantee that it gets its thing done. And then if it gets it, then I just get to roll with my dude. So maybe the mystic is better than I thought now to think of it. So since this is 3 or higher, we can just make sure. I'm going to go ahead and let's get the ore we're going to need in order to get that. And then we get to wait and see what we want to do with these guys. All right, let's see what the bad is. 3, 4. All right. First misfortune, the hills. Totally different from last game. Last game, these didn't really get hit. The mountains. Oh, that's not mountains. This is mountains. The library. I was hoping to use that bottom spot. And then a column C's. All right. So now we get to place these guys. So turn some of that ore into stuff. Get us another crystal with a 4, probably. Let's go ahead and get these cards things going. Since the card thing could affect something, let's go ahead and see what the cards are. So I get to draw 2. Oh, God, I keep reaching over there. Because last time I played, I had it up here. So I draw 2. Oh, wait. Before I change any game state. Yeah, as much as I want this crystal, I think I need to build. Glad I caught that before. All right, so now we're going to do this. Draw 2. Doctrine of Persistence and Ritual Relocation. You can get to build. All right. So we're going to roll his. I need a 5 or higher. Did not get it. Not going to waste a thing on there. The Mystic's ability is I could choose to, when I roll for an Atlantean on the same tile as my leader, I can remove my leader without taking its own action to allow that to be a success. So I'll do that. That means I did succeed. I got a crystal. And then now we'll do this makes this a 3 or higher. I get 2 dice. Those are definitely 2 successes. So I get the 2 gold. I will go ahead and do the build action. 2 gold, 2 crystal, to do the numinous beacon. So that now I can place on that to get 2 extra workers each turn. All right, now let's go ahead and roll for the ore. I need 3 or higher. Got it. That gets me 2 ore. And then use this guy to turn 1 of the ore into 2 Atlantium. That is that turn. We pick up all of our guys. Discard the astrologer. Again, a turn. I get another mystic energy. Let's figure out what the hologram is. It's either going to be the priestess, or the Aquanaut. I do like the Aquanaut. I am going to take the Aquanaut. Discard the Priestess. Okay. I am going to place the Aquanaut. What it lets me do is use a tile that is flooded. I know what this one is. It's turning 1 ore into 3 Atlantium. So I'm just going to place it like that. Alright, we need to get to the buildings. And building things and things and things. How many calm seas? I think I hit 2, correct? Because one of my things lets me shuffle the calm seas back in, so that'll be a good one for later. Alright, I'm going to place the automaton and 2 workers here. Try to get 2 gold. Do want to place a worker here to get 2 extra volunteers, or get 2 volunteers for the next turn. Just mine here and here, because once again, the way my ability works. And I'm going to place 1 here. Actually, I'm going to do this, because that's the discards at the bottom of the deck, because that could start building up for this recollection engine over here. So I'm hoping to build something this turn. Since we have to guarantee to get the gold, and I want to do something else this turn, we're going to put that there. Because I want to make sure my Aquanaut can do stuff. So before we do the misfortune, I'm going to use 4 mystic energy to build a barrier here. And let's do the 4 misfortune. 1, 2, 3, 4 misfortune. Here we go. Malfunction. No components may be used or built this round. That kind of sucks, because these are 2 wasted workers now. Boo. The cities. The cities. Oh man. This is just taking a trounce in here in the forest. Okay, that really sucked. 2 wasted workers, so that 1 turn of catching up just burned me. All right, use him to get a mystic energy. Let's go ahead and use the hologram to turn this ore into 3. Let's go ahead and roll for this. I need a 5 or higher. 3. Let's go for the guaranteed crystal, because then if well, that's scared. Yeah, and it doesn't use anything. So if we return my guy, because I'm the mystic, it means it's a guaranteed success. And then these need 3s or higher. I don't know why I did all that. That was stupid. So we're going to do him now. Draw 2, discard 1, keep 1. Of course, I'm going to keep the permanent power, because that gives me more mystic energy. So at the start of each round, I gain an additional mystic energy. All right, now we'll roll for these. Because of the automaton, 3s are higher, so I get 2 gold. And that is the turn with the wasted actions. Awesome. Stupid malfunction. But I like stuff like that in a game. I mean, random stuff happens and you just got to learn to deal with it, move on. All right. So the Aquanaut goes away. Solo, and then the Creation Prism gives me 1 each. All right. So we got the Guardian, Artificer. I mean, getting to do free stuff seems always good, so I think I'm gonna take the Artificer. I like the Guardian a lot because it's like building one of those, but there's not really any crucial spot I have to have at the bottom at the moment. So now we go to the placement. The hologram I'm going to place here. That's what the arbiter lets me do. It's going to let me use the recollection engine, which is basically when I use it, I randomly draw 2 cards from the discard pile, put 1 on the bottom. Now I do have 2 cards in hand already. Actually, I'm going to place on the entropy drive. A random resource is always good because I'm thinking about building the recollection engine anyways. Oh, I almost forgot. Before all this happened, I was supposed to flood something. I don't really care so much about the library right now because I want to be able to discard stuff because of the recollection engine. So I'll let that flood, and then this is supposed to move up. I did forget to do that at the end of the last turn. Now we get to this step. I'm going to choose the entropy drive. Definitely want to build this turn. Want my volunteers this turn. Hopefully not another malfunction. I think once again, we do this and this to guarantee a crystal. We still need that gold. I'm going to take a chance and try to build 2 things. And let's go ahead and get this last ore we're going to kind of need. All right, let's do the 4 misfortunes. The libraries. Darkness, that's a new one to me. Discard 9 cards from the top of the library deck. I mean, I'm down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for my recollection engine. Now I just want to build that even more. Libraries. I don't really need the libraries anymore with the way the recollection engine just, or with that controlled flooding. We'll do here. We had so many libraries come up. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the library. Oh, but that could come back to bite me in the butt. Let's not do that. Let's do the one that we absolutely do not need anymore. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. Get some of my 2 extra guys for next turn. Let's go ahead and see what the random resource is. 5 is a gold. I think I have enough to build everything that I want to build this turn, so let's just go ahead and try to get some resources and see what my options are. All right, need a 5 or higher. Did not get it. Return my guy because I'm the mystic to guarantee success, to get the crystal. Nah, that's much better than I expected it to be. Maybe cooler if I was rolling it, but all right, so these I need 3 or higher. Yeah, we'll use a mystic energy. Guarantee getting those 2 gold. All right, we're just gonna build and build. Well, I definitely want to get that recollection engine online. So we're going to use 1 Atlantium and the 2 crystal to get the recollection engine so we can start getting some random cards from the discard. Now, unfortunately, everything else needs crystals. So there's only one other thing I could build. It's a secular bulwark. Takes 2 gold and an Atlantium. Build the secular bulwark, which lets me unflood 1 tile. We'll go ahead and flip over this one because we have not seen very many cities come. I mean, we saw a few actually, I guess. All right, let's do the last action here. See if we can get another ore. We do. We have to flip over one tile. I will flood. I'm gonna flood this. All right. Well, actually, because this is here, that would not flood. And then that moves up. I pick up all my workers. Harvester goes. Get 2, 1 for the creation prism, 1 for being solo. I draw the scholar. And then I need to get another random. Alright. So it looks like it's going to be the astrologer or the scholar. Let's see if I can remind myself. Pretty sure, if I remember right, the astrologer was pretty good, especially in a situation like this. I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm actually going to choose the scholar. So we got to go over and we got to grab what did not get shuffled in, the artifacts. We find all the ones with scrolls. There's only 3 of them. And one of these becomes the random that basically is the scholar's ability. All right, let's see what I get this time. A rigid shield. Not as good, but So till the end of turn, wherever the hologram is placed, I get to roll any dice that roll a 1. Well, this turn I already kind of know what I'm going to do. All right, let's go ahead and do what I want to do. I need, so I don't forget, I want to at least build once. I want to make sure to get at least 2 followers. Do want to get random cards, are always good. All right. Placing. I'll place the hologram. Let's place one person over here just to get 2 more of the last 4 steel that I need. I think I'm just going to try to get all the crystal I need this turn. Said using card powers is always good. I know I'm going to use at least one of mine this turn. Let's just place my dude here so the mystic can at least do some stuff. We're just going to go all out for crystal this turn. Or do I just go ahead and build something? Because if I roll good enough on the crystal, I can build 2 things. Yeah, we'll build a second. Well, we have to do the 4 misfortunes. Calm seas. That's okay. I like that. Cities. I'm glad I redid that one. Oh man, cities. All right, so what happens now is if the cities happens again, it doesn't flood this, but I have to flood 2 other things. And then basically if everything gets flooded, that has to be the last tile flipped. And then the forests. Okay. Let's go ahead and take care of this one. You get 2 workers for next turn. Let's take care of this one. Let's hold up and see what, I don't know what got it put in there. I mean, either way, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the Doctrine of Persistence on this one. And what it's going to do is, if anybody fails here, they stay there instead of being returned to the pool. And then next turn, they just auto-succeed as long as they're still there and it doesn't flood over it. We got a lot of things triggering here right now. So let's go with this guy first. We're going to roll for him to see if he fails. He needs a Basically a 6. Did not get a 6. So he failed. I want to guarantee and get him to be able to come back. So I am going to remove my guy, which is going to give me the crystal, which makes him a success. So that's still a success. Now we're going to go ahead and roll for the hologram. I didn't think about that. Do I have to leave him there? May. Yeah, I'm probably not going to leave the hologram there. That's kind of dumb. I mean, yeah, it guarantees me a crystal, but I'd rather have a power I could use next turn. So yeah, that's gonna suck. But I'll pick that one up. All right, so these I need a 4 or higher because of the automaton. I got 1. I will choose. Oh, well, that means Doctrine isn't going to do anything because everybody succeeded. Oh well, I was playing it so that I can go through this recollection engine anyway, so that's just going to be 2 successes. But I guess I got my crystals, so I shouldn't be too saddened. Alright, so those are all successes, so nobody's staying there. Well, the only one it wasn't was the hologram, but I think, once again, I'd rather have a power instead of the hologram. I didn't really think that one through too much. Yeah, let's see what happens with these. Recollection engine is randomly draw 2 library cards from the discard pile, keep 1, and put 1 on the bottom of the deck. Oh, I guess just said 2, just in case don't, you know, I didn't mention it or haven't done it for a bit. The Numinous Amplifier basically lets me use a crystal, a mystic energy, to up the dice by 1 normally, but the Numinous Amplifier does 2. There's my 2 randoms, an artifact, and then the Enigma of Alacrity. I recognize the artifact. That thing's amazing. Gives me explosive dice. Definitely taking that one. So I'm going to discard my Ritual Relocation I was holding on. Oh wait, I don't get to keep both of these anyways. This one goes to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I'm going to keep the explosive for resources. Even though I don't need that many more resources, it's still pretty good. And then this goes on the bottom of the library deck. Let's go ahead and do it again. Oh, another artifact. And the Ancient Atlas and the Spirit. Oh yeah, I had Spirit Charm last game. Good card. Basically, it's like a free Mystic Energy, but it's only for 1, even with my amplifier. Yeah, I'm going to take the Spirit Charm. I mean, artifacts are good. So the Atlas goes on bottom. Now my hand size is 4. This doesn't really do anything now for me, so it just goes there. Might not be using that much more. I mean, just doing these might be enough for me to just be able to finish this out. Anyways, let's go ahead and build some stuff. Well, I guess I could do this too. To get 2 Atlantium. Alright, one of the things I definitely want to build. 1, 2, and 1. So 1 Atlantium, 2 gold, and a crystal to get the entropy drive. I mean, random resource seems good. And I'm 1 gold short to be able to build the other thing I kind of want to build. How many calm seas did we hit? 3. 3 calm seas. I think we're going to do the auger turbine. So I need 1 crystal and 2 Atlantium for the auger turbine. Draw 3 misfortunes, discard any number of them, and return the rest to the top of the deck. It's 1, 2, 3. We got forests and 2 calm seas. Calm seas will definitely be going back on top. And I don't really want the forest to flood again because I need crystals. So Man, this didn't even come into effect. I never rolled any ones. All right, so we go to the Wrath of the Gods. I have to flood 2. I'll flood 1. And let's go to this one. All right. Did those. This moves up. Pick up everything. Get rid of the Scholar. We get 1 for solo and 1 for Creation Prism. All right, let's see what the hologram is this turn. Oh, I drew 3. I don't think the Artificer is really all that usable this turn. And the Emissary, we're going to do the Artificer. So the Emissary gets discarded. Let's place some stuff. Yep, Artificer's going to go over there. And it does allow me to place someone else over there with it. That's what the Artificer lets me do. And 2 of those spots can be used. We're definitely going to use a spot that gets me 2 more volunteers. Random resource sounds cool because I still kind of need a little bit of everything. Let's do this and this. Try to get those crystals. Plus, this allows me, even if there's not spaces, so this lets me put 2 more people over there for rolls. So this could get me a lot of crystal this turn. Getting random stuff out of the discard. Now there's a couple in here now that will not do me any good. I guess doing stuff randomly is always still good. I got 1 worker left. Oh, I forgot about building. Actually, I'm just going to do 1 less random. Well, let's make sure I can build multiple things. But we're going to do it anyways. All right. Taking a chance. Here we go. So we do 4 misfortunes. We already know what the top 2 are. Calm Seas. Calm Seas. All the Atlanteans on the island move inland to the next unflooded tile. Okay. Rioting and looting. Each counselor player loses 1 resource of their choice. Oh, man. Seriously? Yeah. Wow. Why y'all rioting and looting? That was the bad stuff, so now let's trigger all my things. Well, let's see what the random resource is going to be. I'm just going to go ahead and move him over here. Well, I guess technically he's not there yet. 3 is an ore. Something told me to place over there. Because then I could have had the wild go over if that didn't happen. That's all right. All right. Let's get my 2 workers extra. Let's see what the random. Now I'd have to play it immediately or get rid of one of my artifacts. In this case. All right, so we're going to take these 2. Get the Rune of Reprieve and the Cipher of Expertise. We're going to take the Rune of Reprieve. It's temporarily in the hand, so I don't have to discard yet. Cipher of Expertise wouldn't really help me this turn because I'm going to play it immediately, and it's unflood 1 flooded island tile. I think we go for this one just because it's so dangerous right now. All right. Okay, let's start triggering some things. So first, let's see if we can get this 5 or higher for a gold. No, that's a failure. So I send my guy back to make it a success. And depending on how this goes, we'll see if they go over here, out here, and do some stuff. All right, these guys need a 4 or higher. Get me some crystal. Yeah, I'll pay 1. Oh, no, I don't have to pay 1. I'll use a spirit charm to up that to a 4, so I get 2 crystal. I'm gonna send 1 to that spot and 1 to over here. We'll roll this one first. I need a 4 or higher. Got the 4. Man, why couldn't I have rolled 6s? I got this, but I need a gold. That's all. I just need at least 1. And then this one needs a 4 or higher because of the automaton. I rolled a 6 with the. That means I get a crystal, and then I get to roll again. A 6, so I get a crystal. All right, I'm liking it so far. I get to roll again. And in Wild Peninsula, when you roll a 6, you collect the resource and then roll again. And then, of course, I roll a 1. But that's pretty cool. That helped catch me up a lot, I think. All right. Let's do some builds here. One of them is going to be that astral watchtower, which costs an Atlantium, a gold, and a crystal. And then why I really needed the gold and a crystal, I'm going to do the pressure keel. I'm just going to shuffle all the calm seas back into the deck. Should be 5 of them, yep. So no matter what, it's going to be at least 2 more turns. Because the most I can build is 2 things a turn. And I have 3 things I have to build. So this is going to get ugly real fast. All right, so I did all the actions. So now we have to flood 2 tiles. I am going to choose the forest. I'm going to choose the mountain. All right. Pick up everything. Officer gets discarded. Get my 2 mystic energy. I'm definitely going to have to put up. I should have done that last time anyways. All right, so it's either the hologram's either going to be the guardian or the champion, which I like both. We're going to take the guardian. Well, no matter what, the guardian. So I have to be able to get at least 1 more ore. I don't have a choice. So we're going to put the guardian there. I'm going to place there. Let's do the ones we know. Random resource. Getting 2 more volunteers. Alright. Some more of this gold we need. Still need at least 2 more crystals. Recollection engine. And I think the other 2 just being able to go out to the wild where I need them at. Oh, I guess I can put up a barrier just because we can. Might as well. And let's put a barrier up. Yeah, the Guardian's kind of a waste. I don't know what I was thinking there. Guess I can just have him go there. Because the Astral Watchtower, yeah, the Guardian was just... I mean, it don't matter. All right, and I'm going to put... there. I'd have to get 5 and get rid of it. Yep, that's what I have to do the last turn. Yeah, let's guarantee it doesn't happen. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 misfortunes. Before I flip anything, this is what I'm doing, correct? Yep, all right. Each player loses 2 mystic energy. Ugh. The libraries. Calm Seas. I'll say I just shuffled Calm Seas in here. Okay. I do like that. It's a little tense that things could just go seriously wrong in the game all of a sudden. But anyways, all right, let's go ahead and finish this out. Get my 2 volunteers for next turn, which should be the last turn if I plan everything correctly. Let's see what my random resource is. 3 is an ore. So, yep. Do not have to send anybody over there. Got the last ore I need. Let's go ahead and use both of those guys to turn both ores into the Atlantium that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all the Atlantium I should need. Let's go ahead and see what the recollection thing is. Got alchemical formula and ballad of courage. Definitely keep an alchemical formula and then playing it immediately. Says I can get rid of 1 resource to get 2 different resources. I had this extra Atlantium, and we'll go ahead and get a gold and a crystal. That should make it to where unless something really gets screwed up next turn, because here this should guarantee me my last crystal I need. Need a 6. Did not get a 6. Return my guy to get the last crystal I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Atlantium 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Need 3 gold, so I need 2 more gold. Anyways, need 3s or higher to get this gold. Got 1 of them. I'm not going to waste my last astral energy on that because I could send these 2 guys over here to the wild and they need 3s or higher. Oh, I'll just use my spirit charm to make that 2 into a 3 to get that last goal I needed. So yeah, this is going to be doing nothing. I just get another gold that I don't really need. That is that. So we have to flood 3 spots. We'll flood here. Here. We have to play out the last turn, I assume, just because we got to see what happens. I am going to watch a playthrough tonight just to make sure I'm not doing something wrong here. But I did play it on the easy mode again because it was only my second time to play, so might be why it just felt a little too easy. Well, it was a little, I don't know where it was going to go for a bit. Priestess, Explorer, get my 2 Mystic Energy, 1 for Creation Prism. So I'll go with the Explorer. Did I really not build? Wow, I'm really bad at this game. I'm going to take an extra turn now because I put nobody on build last turn. Real smart there. All right, so we're going to build. We're going to build. And actually what we could do then, don't need resources. Sure, we'll get the other 2 volunteers. use a card, use a card. And we're just going to put everybody else in the middle. To get mystic energy to build stuff and unflood stuff. Oh, we got the hologram too. All right, we don't need them for anything else. Don't have enough mystic energy to stop, so we're gonna have to at least do the 4 misfortune. Hope I didn't lose the game because I'm stupid enough to have forgot to put people on. So the forge. The hills. The forge. Oh, wow. The mountains. Oh, we have a barrier there, so it hits. All right. Let's do this the right way now. Yeah, get 2 extra workers next turn because we can. Get 1, 2. Oh, the automaton does nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Energy. 4, 5, 6. Energy. Sure, let's see what a random card is. Should have this. I should be able to throw up barriers. If I end up losing, it's going to be because I'm just wasn't paying attention. Move all Atlanteans on a flooded tile. 1 counselor rerolls the dice for an action. Oh, I guess I can show you what I drew. Don't matter. Don't care about either of these. So put that one on bottom, and I'm just going to discard this one. I mean, I don't need to discard it, but I'm going to anyways. All right. Let's build and build. So we build the solar matrix, which lets me place a barrier. And then we build the cognitive transfer, which lets me draw 3 library cards and then distribute them out amongst the players. 1, 2, 3. Drew puzzle production, lost schema, and raise the levies. Let me make sure I have everything for the power core, which I should if I've done my math right. There. I do. So this is all extra. So really, I don't have to get resources again. So I'll get rid of this and get rid of this. Well, let's see if I can just play some of this stuff. I don't need any of these, so I'll just discard them. And that's that turn. Well, before we have to choose to flood 3 things, I'm gonna throw another barrier up. And then screw it, because we're gonna get them at the beginning of the turn anyways. I'm gonna throw another barrier up. All right, take back all my workers. Oh, I gotta do 3 floods. Let's do here, here, and here. And then get a turn, get to these. Then we place workers. It's got to be my leader to build the power core. I mean, doesn't matter. Just got to see what the 4 misfortunes do. So I'm just going to place everything out here. I guess get the Aquanaut. Sorry, kind of rushing it out because I just want to see if I win, finish it up, but Alright, it is the Emissary or the Aquanaut. Neither one of them are going to really help me this turn because I don't really care what I'm doing. I'm just seeing if I survive the 4 misfortunes. 3, 4 misfortunes. Alright, let's see. Got mountain. Yacht. Hills. Oh man. Should be okay. Spur the cycle. So actually this one don't happen yet. Spur the cycle means we reshuffle everything. Of course that wouldn't happen. I guess I could have shown you. Yeah, spur the cycle just basically tells you to shuffle the discard pile back into the deck. Alright, let's just draw this last misfortune so we can see what happens. Yacht, mountains. Alright, we go to the take action and we build the power core. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And that builds the power core, which opens the portal. Well, so for getting a turn, made it a little hairy there, but a lot of stuff flooded in. But I do enjoy this game. I like it. Definitely probably see some more solo plays of it, or maybe even some plays if I could get the noise to not be as noisy in the shop, start playing these at the shop and let y'all see me playing with other people. But it was fun. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.